But you know what? I've definitely fucking heard Wild Thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy.
You wanna hear about wrestling or video games, YouTubers, or boxing? Yeah, you do. WTF podcast, your number one broadcast. The WTF podcast, your number one broadcast.
Alrighty, fucking welcome to episode number 74 of the What the Fuck podcast. I got it right this time.
Yep. Congratulations.
Fuck you. Fuck off.
Welcome back to the What the Fuck podcast. We are live from Planet Austin, right next to Planet Sheen.
Fuck you.
Well, Austin, what topics do we got to talk about today?
Well, we're gonna start off my one and only topic. So,
It's a shocker. Austin has one topic.
oh man,
Maybe he'll shut up for once. Also,
fuck you, you asshole.
well, actually, he won't be shutting up because his topic's gonna be long. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. So, we're going to be talking about Mr. Kevin Scampoli. Now, who is Kevin Scampoli, might you ask? Well, he is the host of the podcast that has been banned from almost every fucking website in the history. Like, it's so bad where he's only on Rumble now. So...
What is this podcast called?
The whole fucking show.
Oh my god. It sounds like some RVD would call his show.
The thing is, back in the day when he was actually like relevant, because he had a good bit of subscribers back in the day. He actually had people like Jake the Snake and Rob Van Dam and stuff like actually fucking shout him out. So there's that. I think DDP did it as well. So, but we're gonna talk about his history because he's been in the news lately. Right now, we're gonna talk about his early history, and then we're gonna listen to some videos as well because there's a lot we have to listen to. So, one thing you gotta know about Kevin Scampoli is he got arrested for domestic violence in 2007 for hitting his wife. So,
Jesus.
it's just not great. And then right after that, he made a video on YouTube called called the 24 Reasons Why Chris Benoit Was Murdered. And we're going to play that video right now, Devin. It is 9 minutes long, and we're going to listen to it. Because this is what this man has to say.
24 reasons why your media
like
told
someone
you
with a lot
something.
to say.
Your Jew-run media is telling you about what happened to the great wrestler. This is a little thing called the internet. Because you know what? This isn't this ain't Vietnam anymore. We're in America. And now we don't need to obey and what's the news? Oh, tell us the news today. No, we make the news. We're the internet, Danny. Chavo Guerrero told WWE Magazine that he talked to Chris for a while on Friday night on his house phone. About 45 minutes into the conversation. This was not WWE Magazine. Chris told Chavo on the phone about 45 minutes in there was somebody knocking at his door, and he was going to see who it was. Shortly after Chris answered the door, there was a scuffle, and then his house phone line went dead. Chris could only be reached on his cell phone about 3 hours later. You didn't know about this?
There's no way that's true. Like, this was a national story. This wasn't one of the stories that's just relegated to the wrestling community so you can make it up whatever and just hope that nobody can prove you wrong. Like, that was a national story. That's something that people would have picked up on.
Well, I'm glad that you understand the significance of it. This is very significant. This explains why there was no forced entry. Chris let the killer or killers in. Now, why was Chris able to be reached on his cell phone 3 hours later? Like, oh, the killers are in now. How's it going?
Yeah, don't worry about that scuffle thing that happened earlier. That's a non-story that nobody needs to talk about.
This is number 2. After Chavo reached Chris on his cell phone, he said Chris sounded very odd, groggy, and tired. He also said that Chris told him, "I love you, Chavo," which sounded forced. Yeah, anyone who's ever said that to Chavo has definitely choked on the words. Oh, this is hard to say.
Chavo said, you know, he told me that I was one of his favorite wrestlers, and I knew that sounded fishy. There was something suspicious about that.
When Chris called in and told them that Nancy and Daniel were sick, he did not sound like himself. Oh, Daddy, hey, where's the line you're walking on? Because you're going exactly where they want you to.
I can't believe we're only 3 reasons into 24 of these.
Number 4, Chris was not hanging from the weight machine. He was laying on the floor underneath the machine, and
Wait, how does this person know this?
There's no source. Another officer said that Benoit was slumped against the weight machine.
I don't think I've ever read that before.
It's not on Wikipedia. Oh, by the way, Danny, did you know anyone can write stuff on there? Yeah, keep using that. I'm using this forum. Number 5, there was a white cloth wrapped around Chris's neck. If he was so suicidal, why would he care if his neck was bruised? So the medical examiner says that Chris Benoit died on Saturday. Oh, what? I didn't know that. The text messages were sent on Sunday. Chris was already... This can't be right? I mean, everyone knows... I know that Daniel's dead on... No, who's dead first? Nancy's dead on Friday. Daniel's dead on Saturday. Chris on Sunday. Where does this fuck hear he's dead on Saturday?
Wait, so this person, or whoever they're getting it from, believes that, like, that they're smarter than the cops. Like, they're in that movie world where they're like, all the puzzle pieces are there, and
That's just a taste of fucking Kevin Scampoli. Oh, man. Oh, actually, we have to get to another video, because he was also, in the same year that he alleged this, he was threatened by WWE lawyers.
Oh, God.
You sound really interesting.
So this is
Buddy. This guy sounds like...
God damn it. Fucking... I was watching this earlier. This is a 14-minute video from his podcast of just him being threatened, pretty much.
Up on the top that says store. But I got a message via the store from some guy. I don't know, I never heard of him. His name's Matthew C. Winteroth, probably some field wrestler. And it says, name, Matthew C. Winteroth. Email, matthew.winteroth@wwecorp.com. Danny, how do I get a WWE Corp email? I feel like I'm making their product interesting every week. What else does it take? I'm doing their job for them. How do I get on the payroll and get that email?
I think you just got to file it through GoDaddy. Everything I've ever needed. I just go through them and I can get a .anything I want.
And then the phone number for this guy is 203-353-5073. And I will make sure we repeat that once we read this. So here's the message. And by the way, I called them, and we'll have audio of that. But message, dear sir/madam, already offended. What is that? I mean, my email is kevinscampoli@gmail. You know that. And then it says, my name is Matthew Winteroth. By the way, Danny, if you go to the store, there's a promo code, Winteroth, WINTERROTH. Put that promo code in at checkout for 10% off.
I like the new Jack Swagger shirt myself.
Oh, Weed the People? Danny, I had a hater on that one, banned him. So anyways, promo code Winteroth. and I am Associate Counsel of Intellectual Property at World Wrestling Entertainment, Inc. You sound real interesting, buddy. This guy sounds like he's a blast. Don't you want to party with Matthew Winteroth, the Associate Counsel of Intellectual Property at World Wrestling Entertainment?
I've seen this guy's picture, and I don't think anybody wants to party with this guy.
His LinkedIn is embarrassing, but whose isn't? So World Wrestling Entertainment, Inc. is the exclusive owner of numerous trademarks, service marks, trade dress, and copyrights, including, but not limited to, WWE, the WWE logo, Raw, SmackDown. These two bothered me. ECW, WCW. Danny, just hearing that from a lawyer, I just want to go, do you even know what that is? Like, where did they get their crummy hands on my ECW and my WCW?
You became the internet guy. Like, you're yelling at them. Like, you don't own those. Those companies belong to the people.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't own them.
And then, as well as all of its talent, images, likenesses, and rights of publicity, WWE, as the premier provider of wrestling entertainment services, has thorough extensive use and promotion of its intellectual property. Established this guy sucks. Hey, want to get a beer? I'm the shopping copies of the property. All right, never mind. I'll ask Danny.
And that's pretty bad when you have to resort to asking me to go out and get a beer with you. But I think at this point he knows he's just
had
throwing
multiple
out-
co-hosts,
He's
by the
trying to
way.
make it sound as complicated and legalese as he
Christ.
can to scare you off. Like,
Underwear.
I'm sure they fire off dozens of these emails every day and just trying to see which websites they can scare and push around however they want.
Danny, my name's Kevin Scampoli. I'm the premier provider of pizza from Domino's. And if you call up, I'll get it to you in 30 minutes. WWE has discovered that its intellectual property, including trademarks and t-shirt designs, are being used by certain users on merchandise without the authorization of them. By way of example, blah, 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 your store. And he linked to a bunch of shirts, which, by the way, buy these shirts, Danny. One of the shirts he linked to, it says "Just Too Sweet" on the front. It's a white
Right.
shirt, and it says it like the boots to asses or the knees to faces design, Danny. And then I put a little NWO logo in the likeness of The Rock. It looks so great. Danny, I took their intellectual property, and I made it so much better.
They're all good. Like, what we did is we took some of their general ideas or some wrestling concepts, and we made them better. We made them wearable. People can't wait to get their hands on these shirts.
So he's bragging about taking fucking logo designs from WWE and using them for his own profit
Wow.
after getting threatened by an actual WWE lawyer.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah, and Danny, I took the Dare shirt, which, by the way, why would he say this one? It's the Dare logo, and where it says Dare, I put punk, and then where it says, keeping kids off drugs, I put the best in the world. How the fuck are you going to tell me that you own the Dare logo? And another fucking stretch is the 100 plus episodes tee, because it's yellow like the John Cena tee. So they own that, Danny.
They own the color yellow on a t-shirt.
And there's a long list, and then he goes on to say this. Therefore, we demand that you immediately cease using WWE's intellectual property, i.e., take down ilikewrestling.poweredbygorillapress.com and remove or modify merchandise containing infringing materials online enough. Hey, Jeremy Taylor, Hambino, and company, send your shirts back. I gotta start marking these things out. I need to white out some of these yellow colors. I can't have a yellow shirt out there, Dano.
It's so ridiculous that it's like, it's not just, hey, could you take these shirts down? But he wants you to take down the whole website. It's, we want you to stop making these shirts and delete this website that you created. Because, by the way, we trademark Gorilla Press, so no more of that either.
Yeah, that's a move. It's one of our intellectual moves. And I can't have you putting it. And Danny, look at this. I've written a lot of emails. Danny, in your life, how many emails do you think you've written?
I've written a fairly good amount. Not as many in the last couple of years. Emails stopped being important. I write a lot of Facebook messages.
Dude, I write tons of Facebook messages. I write emails. I write role plays. Never once did I write this in a fucking email or anything. Nothing contained in this letter, nor any act or failure to act by WWE is intended or should be deemed to be a waiver, abridgment, alteration, modification, or reduction of any rights or shut the fuck up. There's like 4 more sentences. This guy needs to fuck himself.
Yeah, well, I was explaining this to. I was talking to somebody at work, and we were in a meeting, and instead of paying attention to the staff meeting, we were texting each other, and I was telling them, because this is when I saw what you tweeted out, and I texted to him. I said, "We just got a letter from WWE's lawyer," and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he's like, and the guy writes back, and he's like, "What for?" And so I kind of explained the situation, and he goes, "So what are you guys gonna do?" And I'm like, "Well, he told him to get fucked." Like, that's pretty much our stance right now.
So, you can see how lovely this person is, Devin.
Yeah.
Then we get to the Wrestling with Regret controversy. This is where we get to 2016, Devin. So, did you know about a wrestling show called Indie Darlings?
No. Well, I've heard the name before, but I never watched the show.
So, the show was going to be a like Q&A thing with a bunch of wrestling YouTubers. Now, you want to know who these wrestling YouTubers were? The original lineup was Grimm's Toy Show. Shit you not.
Oh my god.
Wrestling with Regret. Fucking Wrestle Talk.
God.
What Culture, because at the time they weren't cultaholic yet. And Mr. Kevin Scampoli, aka the whole effing show.
Oh god.
So,
That was a terrible lineup.
yeah, so basically what happened was, you see, the lineup gets worse if you would even think it could get worse. But basically what happened was Brian Zane like added Kevin onto the show, but Wrestle Talk didn't like that. So they, like, Wrestle Talk and What Culture, especially Adam Blampied, got fucking Kevin taken off the show. And you want to know who they replaced him with?
Who?
None other than Chris Stanker.
Why?
Don't know.
That's not much of a replacement.
I know. But the worst thing about it is Kevin's response to it. Because
Oh, God.
do you want to know who originally outed Mr. Adam Blampied?
Was it Kevin?
It was Kevin. It was Kevin.
Oh my god. That was
Kevin.
So they kicked him off the show. So his response was to fucking out them.
Yep. Oh, his
Jesus
also his response was to constantly, for weeks on end, tweet at Adam Blampied and call him the F slur.
Oh my
Until his
God.
Twitter got banned. So the Twitter that I sent you today isn't even his original Twitter, just so you know. He's had multiple.
Jesus Christ.
So there's that. Then we fast forward to present day, where he's getting into beef with people like Mr. JD from NY. Now,
Jesus.
as you might ask, why is he getting into beef with JD from NY? Well, that's simple. Kevin just had like a rampage, and he decided to like straight up sit there and just talk about how JD made a tweet about his dad hitting his mom and just made fun of it. So JD was upset about that, and then fucking Kevin constantly had his like viewers harass JD from NY.
Jesus
So
Christ.
yeah, it just doesn't get any. And here's some proof about that. Here's JD from NY getting harassed.
Jeremy Slapnut with a 199. JD couldn't save his mom driving his digital car. Get this guy out of here. This guy sucks. Goodbye, Jeremy Slapnut.
Oh my god,
It's not a
Jeremy
digital car, you
Slapnut.
fucking prick. It's actually the real thing.
Then, after this rampage on JD from NY, he would then get on to a rivalry with Girl on Cinema, which I don't know if you remember her from the later podcast, like the earlier podcast episodes. But she was one of the people, like one of the lead people that would talk about how AEW is shit all the time and got like bullied off the platform pretty much. He was one of those reasons.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
of course he was.
This is what she had to say.
Kevin. That actually looks like my cat, kind of. Except my cat's way cuter. His name is Kevin.
So that was like a thing that she was making fun of him, pretty much. And he basically bullied her along with all the other people that were bullying her off the platform. And she is no longer on the platform, by the way.
Wow.
He also agrees with statements that Sabu has made, which is not a great fucking...
Sabu.
So he retweeted this and he said, "This is so true." And it said, "Sabu is not apologizing for the N-word. In fact, the former WWE wrestler tells Pro Wrestling Sheet that he believes everyone is a little bit racist. It all started Friday morning when Sabu replied to a tweet by saying, Taz is a hard R N-word."
Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, it gets worse, Devin. Because then, and this is what pisses me off the most about this piece of shit. So, he has this stance ever since a certain thing happened on August 24th. So, as you know, Bray Wyatt passed away. And it was revealed to be a heart attack due to complications with COVID. Kevin has this thing where he thinks it's just because he was fat. So he thinks the reason Bray Wyatt died was because he was fat. So he reposted a Sean Ross Sapp rest in peace Bray Wyatt tweet, and he put a bunch of carrot emojis.
Oh my god.
I gotta see, what is this one again? I believe this is... Oh, this is where we get to Kayla Braxton, because he just goes for everybody, man.
So he had beef with Kayla Braxton too. Why?
Well, I'm going to actually get to that. So, this is Kayla Braxton, basically talking about her trauma, and this is what he responded to. So I'm gonna...
Thank you for enduring. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for enduring my oversharing potentially about what's been happening the last few weeks with some scumbags. Speaking of scum, Kevin Scampoli, is it? I think it's Scampoli. This is the last he's gonna hear from me directly. But I do, Kevin, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are because you're clearly obsessed with me, poor kid, I have just received a full background check report on you. And, oh, buddy, now it all makes sense. I'm going to keep it for a rainy day. And you know what? It's actually, I think it's raining outside, so maybe today's the day. So, just watch out, buddy. All right? I'm sure you'll be watching on SmackDown. Enjoy.
So, she threatened him because he constantly talked about, I guess Kayla Braxton has had a very traumatic past about how she was conceived. So, it's just a thing. Here is Kevin Scampoli on the situation.
So he messages me, Kevin, I triggered the rape baby. I was like, oh, yeah. I love that. Let's get Max Caster next. He might be a rape baby. She deleted, look at how happy we are. She thinks like she's getting us. She deleted an LMAO. Stupid rape baby. We're really Yoda. And she's over there crying. I go, here it is. Oh, Gino, how much fun is the internet, huh? And then Caleb Braxton, what's this one going to be? Oh, I replied, dumb rape baby. Look, see? Look at this interaction. Kevin, I triggered the rape baby. She deleted it, LMAO. Ha ha, ha ha. Dumb rape baby. And look, it made it to the dirt sheets, Gino. What's up now? We're famous.
Basically, he just called her a rape, like, because she had, she's had, trauma with that. He just calls her a rape baby. So, and constantly fucking, and this is his response to what she said.
Remember back when our resume just had Forbes on it? Now look where we're at. I'm a bottom feeder on The Sun. They're making sure the world's educated, just like Metro, Gino. Is this a big one? I only follow Australian media, so if I get on Stan, then I'm gonna know I made it. Look at this one, Gino. WWE star. I'm gonna be on the Tim Tam package one day, and then Nia Jax will never escape me. She's next, Gino. We need a big bomb tonight. We already did the rape baby thing. We need a new one. Who can we hurt tonight? Scampoli has not yet publicly responded to Kayla's Instagram post. Here we go, Gino. This is my public statement. I'm gay! Gino, I've been gay this whole time. So he messages me, Kevin, I triggered the rape baby. Oh, yeah. She deleted, this is on her Instagram. How great is this? Look, her account. I didn't even have to add her as a collaborator. She just posted it herself. Look at how happy we are. Kayla, you're not inspiring anyone. The reason this is getting picked up and reported is the same reason we've been making fun of it for years. We made videos on this years ago. Literally a video called Caleb Braxton is a rape baby. And the reason we made that, and why we continue to joke about it, is because rape babies sell. And that's the same reason Metro is talking about rape baby, because I gave them permission to. I made it an acceptable topic, and they're psyched. That's the same reason The Sun, rape baby, fuck yeah, who? Who cares? It's a rape baby. Put it on the front. People love rape babies. It's like the greatest story, especially to us conservatives, who rooted for you to live the whole time. You're welcome. Your own side would have killed you. Switch sides. Come to the right side. Also, maybe the title of my memoir will be, quote, rape baby. Yeah. I mean, how damn badass is it that I was brought into this world that way and killing it? That's what I'm saying. You know, no one is laughing at rape baby of a failed bomb and living in the dirt. No, it's a success story rape baby, Gino. Those are the ones. We don't punch down. We punch up at our rape babies around here. Samantha Irvin, Gino, our favorite. So honestly, congratulations that your existence stirs up so much. We're stirring it all up in her. She's the triggered one. I've read nothing on this till tonight. Katana. Gino, who's Katana? Is she the one with that Negro girl that just got called up and they ruined tag team wrestling?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was into that. And she goes back and he goes back and talks about Bray Wyatt more. And JoJo. So first, this is a excerpt from a Ringside News article, which is just even more cursed. But Kevin Scampoli also called Bray Wyatt her fat dead husband. He showed that he bit off his head of an action figure of the Fiend Bray Wyatt. He mentioned that he attached the Fiend's head to a dildo, and that it was pretty clear that he was not joking about that. The thing that he was not joking about was this. When he would target his rage towards Bo Dallas and JoJo. Bo, the sister, JoJo, just because you know she's one of those girls who is drinking herself to death in front of her kids, and we're going to put a spotlight on it, it's still too long to have. What is that thing they call it when pregnant people get sad? So she's got to smarten up. She can't have postpartum anymore. She's going to get her kids taken away. That's what we're going to do. Can we get JoJo's kids taken away? That will get us in the news. What if we just take them away? If we just take her kids forcibly, then that's the same as getting them taken away. Keep an eye out for Tristar Sebring. If the top is down, you're in trouble. So before we get to a fucking big thing that happened over the past couple days, there's also something that Devin found out about Mr. Kevin Scampoli, and it has to do with Mr. Sammy Guevara. Because I don't know if you've heard this clip, but I think everybody has this point. It came from Mr. Kevin Scampoli, so let's go ahead and play it. If it's going to load, come on, Twitter. X, Elon, come on.
This is
Elon,
not loading.
Yeah, because Elon's being a fucking dick. Dude, to reload fucking Twitter. Okay.
That's fucking Elon's trash ass app for you.
Oh my god. Oh, that's why.
What?
It got deleted. Hang on.
Oh my god.
Let me fucking... Sammy Guevara. Here it is.
Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Charlotte beat them both up.
Bro, Sasha Banks, oh my god. When I was at the WWE the other week, I wanted to just go fucking rape that woman.
You had a tryout?
Sorta. It was just as an extra thing whenever they came to tech.
So he just kind of dismissed it and said you had a tryout? Like,
Yep, that was Kevin Scampoli who was on that when Sammy said that.
Oh, but we're not done, because he's even more of a piece of shit, because he had some words to say about Mr. Javon Evans.
On top, and he's ready.
So, this is what he had to say over the past couple days.
And so your boy is on top, and he's ready to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? The top guy. You feel me? Oh, okay, look.
What was that part? You got a cue like, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out. What the fuck is this?
That guy. You know what I'm saying? The top guy. You feel me?
Look at that. Look at the panic in his face. Oh, the director said wrap it up. I'm in trouble. Look at this. This is fucking pathetic. That's a wrestler to you? Somebody who's that scared of a fucking little fat white dude in a suit? Some Jew? Some off-camera Jew makes you that scared? You're a slave, not a wrestler. That's a slave face. You're dead naming him, Gino. He's Javon Evans now, a slave. He ain't the free man you can fall in love with. Look what he's turned into.
And he's ready to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? The top guy. You feel me?
Oh. So Sting once said, hold on guys, we're getting cues. And then this guy instead just goes, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I got you. So Sarah, I gotta go. What the fuck is this shit?
Okay, look, I gotta go party.
Oh my god, he really did that. Gino, take your shirt off.
And so your boy...
So that's what he had to say, and he got major fucking backlash for it. And you want to know what he said to the fucking backlash?
Oh god, what did he say?
Well, I'll play it.
I do take it all back. He's not a slave. He's so much more than that. I think he might be a house nigger.
Oh my
That's
fucking
your
god.
terminology, mostly. I'm just considering him to be a future star. Him and Lemmy Ali, I'm still going to
Wait,
call them
what?
by their independent names, and I feel they're going to be the stars of WWE.
What do you call them? Future stars?
I consider them as the future main events, yes.
How is that better than house nigger?
Because they're actually going to be world champions like Cody Rhodes, and they're going to finish their stories.
Another house nigger. You've seen his wife. Gino, please. You understand that this is a new era. It's the house nigger era. You wanted the Triple H era, well, tough fucking shit.
And says I call Gino's mom a house nicker as I
Yes!
my cum all over
Another
her face.
one.
Oh
Gino,
my
this is like this is like your people. You should be relating to this. And this new era's been tough for me, Gino, because we got wrestlers swearing now. So if they're gonna swear, I'm gonna say house nigger.
Okay, that's what you want to say. I'm just going to consider
Well, I'm
this as a
I'm just saying, they're taking my bit. I was the only guy who swore, and then The Rock showed up. Now all the wrestlers are swearing. So now I'm the only guy who says house nigger this many times about specifically this wrestler that you remember the name of.
Yes, I will always remember the name of Jay Malachi, the future athlete, the future star of this business, the next world champion.
He's definitely the current house nigger, but I don't know about what he's going to do next.
What the fuck?
And that's a history on Mr. Kevin Scampoli. Do you want to give your thoughts on all that? Because I think he's a total fucking piece of shit, so...
I mean, I have to agree with that. Fucking... Dude... Had fucking domestic violence, said fucking racist shit, homophobic shit, fucking... shit about fucking getting into beef with everyone, making jokes about fucking rape and shit, like fucking not fucking saying anything when Sammy Guevara was talking about doing that to Sasha Banks. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I don't, like, how's this guy able to just still be on the fucking internet? Like, how is he?
I don't know. So basically, he got taken off YouTube. He got taken off fucking Twitch, I believe. Got taken off Twitter multiple fucking times. And I believe he was taken off fucking Instagram as well. But he now resides in the world of Rumble. And there's also a website that I think he owns called Have Grit that he posts his stuff on. And he has another Twitter, which is what I played some of those clips from, and he has a loyal fan base. I don't know why, but he has a loyal fan base.
Fucking fans.
Now there's people that re-upload his old content before. See, what he used to do, he used to just do like top 5 lists, like top 5 finishers, top 5 all this shit. That's what he got popular for. Now he just spouts fuck shit, dude. Like, I don't even know, man.
Fuck, dude. Like, I can't tell if he's like, he does that for like a shtick, or if he genuinely actually
he's 100%
says that
serious.
kind of stuff on a daily basis.
He's 100% serious.
Jesus,
because that's him in like
Christ,
every
dude.
video I've ever seen of him. He has no hesitation, no nothing. He's dead ass.
Like, why does anybody fucking watch this guy, or like, why did anybody fucking want to work with him?
I'm pretty sure the reason back in the day is because he didn't say like as much shit as he did before. And he would just do the top 5 list, and everybody really just watched his top 5 list and all that shit. When it came down to, I think he originally got fucking like kind of outcasted around 2017, around when the Adam Blumpiate stuff was coming out and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't tell you. That's like the only explanation I have. I mean, Wrestle Talk and fucking What Culture obviously didn't like him, so I mean,
why is I just don't understand why all these people in like the wrestling fandom wrestling news space, like wrestling social media influencer space, like why they all gotta be such fucking pieces of shit and do fuck shit?
I don't know, man.
Like I swear it's like every fucking one of these guys.
I don't know. And he got backlash by so many people. I saw Moose talked about punching the fuck out of him, if you ever saw him, which is not somebody you'd want to fucking punch you. But
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of other female wrestlers talking about him when the Kayla Braxton stuff happened, because that Kayla Braxton stuff was legitimately around the Rumble. Like, that's how, like,
This year?
yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then I saw a bunch of indie wrestlers as well, just completely, like, just destroying them. Even Chris Stanker.
Oh my god, what did Chris Stanker say?
Chris Stanker said, "Don't let any of us DPW boys catch you out in the streets," is what he said. He tried to act all hard.
Do you think, well, if it came down to it, do you think DPW would, like, actually, like, let him on their show?
Oh, there's no fucking way. There's absolutely no way. It would not be unless, like, they were able to actually, like, for real kick their ass. Because I know Johnny definitely, like, he's definitely, like, pro, like, fucking not being all of what he is, what fucking goddamn Kevin is. So I know that for damn sure.
Jesus Christ.
And you know when fucking Chris, which I don't like Chris, when Chris is sitting there trying to act hard, you know it's serious, even though he's not hard at all. But I'm still, like, yeah, there is absolutely no way. So.
Jesus fucking Christ, man, what a piece of fucking shit, dude. Does that count as your fucking cancel segment?
Yeah, I mean, it was canceled a long time ago, but that's technically counts, yeah. So.
Fucking tune in next episode for Austin's weekly what fucking wrestling personality gets canceled. Or this stupid shit, because I swear it's like every one of these fucking people, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I say what I want about Chris Danker or some of these other people, but, like, at least they're not complete fucking assholes and douchebags like Kevin Scampoli and Ringside News and just countless others. So.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to get into one of your topics, because you only have 2, I believe.
I have 3.
Three,
okay. So, I guess I'll do the 2 small topics first, because I have one big one. So, basically, I guess I'll start with because there's not really any way to transition this, so I guess I'll start with the Adin Ross one. So, fucking, the reason we're talking about Adin Ross again is because fucking it came out that apparently he's doesn't seem like he's doing too good these days. He has officially been terminated from Kick, and he's no longer on Kick, and which is crazy because he helped fucking make Kick what it is, and he was at one point the biggest fucking, like, the top streamer on Kick, and he was like the highest paid person and everything, and now he's been terminated. I don't remember the exact reason. Let me try to look it up real quick. But I know he was terminated. I think it had something to do with him not streaming enough or something. Let me see.
I think that was the case, yeah.
Fucking yeah, people are saying it's because apparently he wasn't active enough on Kick or whatever, so they terminated him. So he's no longer on Kick, but Adin Ross hasn't been doing too hot because, I mean, we talked about last fucking episode where fucking all that shit was going on and he fucking didn't really have any friends anymore because all these fucking streamers he was doing shit with, like, don't really want to be his friends anymore and shit, and they don't fuck with them anymore. And then I was seeing something earlier today about apparently it's rumored that he's like fucking addicted to cocaine now, and it's like everything I see about Adin Ross is just negative. Like people he associates with are fucking negative. Goddamn, like just fucking everything I hear about him is like, oh, Adin Ross did this. Oh, this bad thing happened to Adin Ross. Adin Ross is doing this bad thing. He's collaborating with this awful person and shit. Like, fucking, but that's pretty much the Adin Ross thing. He just got banned from Kick, which is crazy because he was, at one point, their fucking highest paid person and their biggest streamer and everything. But, yeah, so that's pretty much the Adin Ross thing. It wasn't too crazy, but I figured since we talked about Adin Ross before, I would kind of provide an update, I guess. But then the second small topic is about Mr. Neon, and we talked about him last episode because it came out that Mr. Neon apparently the situation was he was in Dubai, India, and apparently he was illegally filming. So apparently he didn't have permission to stream, and he was doing a live stream. And where he was, apparently he did not get permission to stream, and so being Neon, he didn't care if he had permission. And so he just did it anyway, and he got arrested. And apparently, Neon has been sentenced to 1 year in prison in Dubai, apparently. So, yeah.
Jesus
that.
Christ.
What's your thoughts about that?
I mean, I'm not surprised he's gotten arrested. Dubai don't fuck with that shit. Like, it's a really fucking... I don't really, like, support, Dubai's beliefs. But they don't fuck with that shit. Like, they don't fuck with bullshit. Like...
Well, they even told him that he didn't have permission, and he just did it anyway, because I guess Neon just has this fucking ego and this god complex to think that he's fucking Neon and he can just do whatever the fuck he wants without any consequences, and well, now he's getting consequences. He fucking doesn't have anyone to blame but himself, and hopefully this fucking happens to someone like fucking Jack Doherty as well. Get these fucking people off the streets is what I say. All these fucking IRL streamers, get them the fuck off the goddamn streets so people can just be left the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck Neon. I hope he gets fucking beat up in prison.
Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe it'll teach him a lesson not to be a fucking dickhead anymore.
That's true.
But you know, just by the way Neon is built, he's gonna be a prison bitch too.
Oh my god.
But Yeah, so that's about it for the Neon thing. He got arrested and apparently been sentenced to a year in prison. I don't know. I seen a year, and then some people were saying 6 months. I don't really know what it is, but at least he's fucking not fucking doing dumb shit. At least for the time being. So fucking But yeah, so that was the Neon topic, which brings me to my biggest topic, and I want to get your thoughts on this as well.
Whoa, hang on
because
1 second.
What?
Alright, go right ahead.
So, I want to get your thoughts on this as well. So, it has been a long time since we talked about all elite wrestling on this podcast. It's been a very long time. So, why are we talking about AEW? Well, there has been some really big drama going on. I'm sure you've seen what's going on, Austin. It's been everywhere. So, it all starts with Mr. CM Punk. So, basically, about, I want to say 2 weeks ago now, this interview came out. CM Punk went on the Ariel Helwani show and he did an interview, and basically was asked what had happened at All In Wembley, and he was asked like what happened with the whole Jungle Boy situation, and CM Punk explained the whole thing of what actually happened and was talking about how he told Tony Khan to fucking do shit about it and to step up and be the boss and handle the situation. And he said, if you don't fucking handle it, you're not going to like the way I handle it. And so him and Jack Perry got in a fight. CM Punk choked him out. And he told Tony Khan, you're a clown. You're a clown. This place is a joke. I quit. And not only that, on the interview, he was talking about how AEW isn't a real business. It's not a profitable business. They don't care about making money. They don't care about drawing viewers. They don't care about selling tickets. All they care about is having great wrestling matches and getting 5-star match ratings from Dave Meltzer. And basically, that's the gist of what he was saying. So, moved forward about a week later, and fucking AEW decides to respond by having Adam Copeland, aka Edge, go out on Dynamite and give this terrible ass fucking rah-rah speech. I don't know, have you seen the fucking speech, Austin?
I saw bits and pieces. I try not to see AEW clips.
Yeah, so they had this man go out there, and Edge was talking about, oh, AEW is the best place for wrestling. AEW makes wrestling fun. I love AEW. We should all love AEW and stop the tribalism and fucking all this shit. Gave this whole fucking it came off. I seen the whole thing. It came off as forced. It really fucking just came off like they forced him to just go out there and do it. And then also later that week, fucking they had FTR after I think it was after fucking Rampage or something. It might have been after Dynamite, but I know it was after the show because someone in the crowd recorded, and FTR was doing a promo talking about how great AEW is and all this fucking shit. And so then, that Saturday, which was WrestleMania weekend, last weekend, on Collision, on Saturday night, when WrestleMania Night 1 is on, guess what AEW does? They announce on Saturday night at like midnight that Wednesday on Dynamite, they are going to be showing the CM Punk backstage footage from All In, and that we're going to finally see the footage of what happened, what really apparently really happened at All In. So Wednesday comes, Dynamite, and the footage is presented by the Young Bucks, or as they're going by now, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. And yeah, because it's their whole fucking cringy ass gimmick that they're doing now. Fucking, it's so stupid. Apparently, like, fucking they apparently fired Kenny Omega from the Elite, and they suspended Hangman Page from the Elite. The storyline is so fucking stupid. The Young Bucks are so awful and cringe, and I don't know why anybody takes them seriously, or why anybody even, like, talks about them being one of the best tag teams and shit. But anyway, that aside, AEW has been doing this tag team tournament to see who is going to face FTR for the tag titles. And of course, the Young Bucks win the tournament because they're the EVPs and they're booking themselves to win and not giving any other team the chance. And, you know, because they're fucking the Young Bucks and they have massive egos and all this shit. So, Dynamite on Wednesday, the Young Bucks, there's this segment where the Young Bucks are like talking to the camera, and basically they're talking about how they're going to be facing FTR at AEW's new pay-per-view called AEW Dynasty that's coming up in 2 weeks, I think, or so. And basically they're talking about the last time that the Young Bucks and FTR faced each other, which was at All In. And the Young Bucks, AEW tried to make this CM Punk shit into a storyline where Matthew and Nicholas Jackson were saying that the reason that they lost to FTR was because they couldn't focus because of the CM Punk and Jack Perry situation that happened or whatever, and because FTR is friends with CM Punk, like, that's the reason that they couldn't focus, and that's why they lost the match. So then we get the footage. And have you seen the footage, Austin?
I have seen the footage, yep. It's everywhere, kind of.
So,
even though they're trying to scrub it.
If you haven't seen the footage, basically, it's like this security camera, and it shows fucking Jack Perry and CM Punk talking to each other at All In, and fucking... So basically this happened after Jack Perry's match, where he made the comment about, like, this is real glass, go cry me a river. So right after that, like, is when Punk told Tony to handle it, and he said, if you don't, you're not going to like the way I handle it. So then that's when Punk handled it, so that's where the footage comes in, where he's, like, talking to Jack Perry, and you see Jack Perry get in his fucking face and trying to act all tough, so CM Punk shoved him, and fucking then Jack Perry got in his face, and then CM Punk proceeded to choke Jungle Boy the fuck out and make him look like a total bitch. And then fucking Samoa Joe got involved and pulled them apart and shit. And then that's pretty much all that happened in the footage. And so Tony Khan claims that this was used as part of a storyline, but pretty much everybody is saying the only reason he did this was because he's that upset about CM Punk talking about that on Ariel Helwani's show, and Tony Khan is like that fucking salty over it, and he wanted to get one over on CM Punk and make him look like a fool. And apparently it came out that it wasn't like the Young Bucks apparently didn't even want to show the footage, but apparently Tony Khan is the one that wanted to do it, and he made them do it, is what people were saying. So anyways, so with all that, fucking, it didn't have the effect that Tony Khan thought it would, because this footage was used to make CM Punk look like a complete fucking fool and to embarrass him. But you know what ended up happening? Right after they showed the footage, the crowd started chanting CM Punk. And then there was a segment because they had FTR do a promo.
Wait, hang on.
Right after.
But wait, hang on.
What?
Don't you remember what Dave Meltzer said? He didn't say that they were saying CM Punk. They said apparently Dave Meltzer said that they were saying fuck CM Punk.
They were not. if you like, people were posting videos from the crowd, like, and on the actual show itself, they were literally chanting CM Punk, CM Punk. There was no fuck CM Punk in there. And apparently, from people that watched the show, even fucking JD from New York said it, because I watched his fucking review of it, because he fucking went on a whole fucking rant about AEW, and even he was saying, like, during the fucking show, like, that was, like, the only fucking thing that the crowd cheered for the whole fucking night. So, fucking, then they right after that did a FTR promo segment, and the Young Bucks came out, and as soon as the Young Bucks got in the ring, the crowd started chanting CM Punk again. So it had the adverse effect of what they wanted, and it made them look like fucking idiots. So, with all that being said, the reason that Tony Khan did all this, and he won't say it, but the reason he did this is because he wanted to be petty against CM Punk and wanted to do it to try to pop a rating, because nothing else in AEW is getting ratings right now. Their numbers are falling and falling. They're getting less and less viewers every week. People are tuning out. People are complaining about the booking. People are saying how shit AEW is. And fucking people like Dave Meltzer and everybody else is trying to make excuses, saying that the only reason that they're not, like, Dave Meltzer's such a fucking idiot, because he was like, oh, the reason people aren't watching Dynamite right now is because WWE is hot and they're taking away AEW's audience. And I'm just like, yeah, because AEW isn't doing anything that's fucking interesting people, and fucking, if anything, them doing stuff like this is driving people away. And fucking, it's to where even, like, when the Young Bucks come out, like, no one likes them anymore. And I was watching Jim Cornette's podcast, and they talk about the ratings every week. Every time there's a Young Bucks segment, they lose, like, over 100,000 viewers every time that there's a Young Bucks segment. The Young Bucks make them lose so much viewers. And fucking, they did all this completely making themselves look ridiculous, making the whole entire show about this footage, and nothing else on the show is important. They didn't care about their pay-per-view that's coming up, nothing. They did all this, and they only got 800 something thousand viewers. They didn't even get 1 million, even with that. And that is sad. But fucking, what also pissed me off was fucking Dave Meltzer, like the thing you said where he was like, oh, there was FU CM Punk. Fuck Dave Meltzer. He's a fucking piece of shit. And I don't know why everybody listens to every fucking thing that he says and all his fucking star ratings. You know, this motherfucker sat there and was giving AEW matches fucking 5 stars, and he gave fucking Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania like 4.1 stars.
I did see that, yeah. It was 4.75 is what he gave it. He gave it the most credit that Dave Meltzer could ever give a WWE match credit for. So
it's fuck Dave Meltzer. But this fucking shit was just everywhere. Like, Twitter was just going crazy. Everybody was shitting on AEW. Everybody was clowning on them, saying this is embarrassing. And not only that, people in the company are embarrassed because after they showed this footage, Austin, they panned to the commentators, and Tony Schiavone has his head down in shame, and fucking, he looks so humiliated. And fucking, then, not only that, they had a promo segment with Will Ospreay, where Will Ospreay started cutting a promo on Triple H, and fucking Renee Paquette looked like she was fucking embarrassed. Like what the fuck are they doing? And they're wondering why that they're not getting any viewers. They're wondering why people keep tuning out and that their ratings are getting lower and lower and lower. And they put stuff on their TV show like the Young Bucks and fucking Chris Jericho and fucking shit like that nobody cares about. And if you look at the actual fucking quarter by quarter fucking numbers, fucking every time the Young Bucks or Jericho or fucking even like the women's matches, people are tuning out of that as well. Like every time those segments are on, the numbers drop. Like they lose hundreds of thousands of viewers. And it is just insane to me. Like what the fuck are they doing? There's no way that the company is gonna last very long or too much longer if this is how things are going. And I feel I do feel bad, not for AEW, but I feel bad for someone like Samoa Joe, who is their world champion, and he's just not fucking important at all. And Samoa Joe has to fucking put up with this bullshit and has to fucking take a back seat to Tony Khan wanting to be fucking petty against CM Punk. And the saddest thing is CM Punk got the highest rating out of anything. Like, the footage got the highest rating out of anything on the show, which proves that CM Punk is still their fucking biggest star, and he's not even employed there anymore. That is sad. It is fucking sad, man. And this fucking drama has just been all over Twitter, all over fucking YouTube. Every fucking podcast has been talking about it. Like, people were saying that this was like WCW 2000 levels of bad. People were saying stuff like even Vince Russo TNA wasn't this bad and shit. Like, this was bad. Like, very, very bad. I don't know how they thought that this was gonna fucking be a good thing. I don't know what the fuck Tony Khan is thinking. Even the AEW fans were saying that they did not care to see this. They didn't want to see it. Nobody wanted to fucking see this footage except for Tony Khan, just to fucking pop a rating. Like, that is pathetic. And how are you gonna get that salty about what CM Punk said, and then you play the footage, and in the footage it shows exactly, point for point, it shows exactly everything that he said was true. So you made yourself look like a fucking idiot. What I don't understand what they were trying to prove, but what's your thoughts on all that fucking shit? Like, how fucking dumb can you be as an owner of a company on top of that, bro?
My thoughts is what I've been saying for the past fucking how many years now? 3? 4 maybe, actually? Yeah, 4. 4 years. Yeah. I've been saying this since 2020. I mean, it's been recorded on record since 2021. Like, I've been saying this for so long now. Tony Khan is a complete and utter dipshit, and his company is going to fail. Like, there's nothing that is going to help his company at this point. It's far beyond help. It's far beyond it. At this point, we're just watching its demise. I'm not watching its demise. I've been dancing on his grave since Double or Nothing last year. So,
I don't know, I don't know what fucking changed for AEW, because they were, regardless of all the stupid shit they were doing, they were at a point where they were consistently getting 1 million viewers for a while, and then it's last year and then into this year especially, it's just gone down so drastically. And now
it's because I'll say this right now. I will give it the benefit of the doubt of fucking when it first came on in 2019 that, oh, well, there's all these casual viewers coming in saying, oh, there's this new wrestling company. I could understand that. I can understand why it's getting that many views at that point. When it comes down to all the stupid shit they've done, I don't think Tony Khan realizes this, but all the stupid shit that he puts on his television adds up over time. Adds up to just a loss in viewers. As much as these AEW diehard fans like defend everything that they do, it's never going to make up for the fact that every stupid fucking decision that Tony Khan makes loses at least 10 viewers. And it hasn't gotten to a level yet where it hasn't gotten the Russo level where when fucking David Arquette won the world championship, 1 million viewers fucking dipped the next fucking like week. It hasn't gotten to that point yet, but it's getting to a point to where if Dynamite sinks below 500K, they're fucked. They're fucked.
Well, it's already bad, Austin, because they've been getting 700K.
I know.
And NXT has been getting 600K, so they're damn near, like, their main show is damn near about to be beat by NXT.
I know. And you know what's going to make it worse? When fucking NXT switches to the CW. Because, like it or not, the CW is on every fucking television station. And like it or not, the CW is even on Antenna TV. I shit you not. So I'm not straight. It's like Fox. It's national. It's not like TBS or TNT where you have to get a package to get that. It's it's national TV.
You know what's even worse about it is apparently like this year is when apparently AEW is like depending on the fucking network. I don't know if it's fucking TBS or if it's Turner or whatever the fuck it is. Like
it's Turner.
Apparently they're supposed to be looking towards getting a big like renewal or something this year, and fucking because I was listening to Jim Cornette talk about it, and apparently they're like supposed to get a renewal this year or whatever, and Tony Khan is expecting it to be like them to be paid like even more money than they did before, and fucking Jim Cornette was like, with Dynamite fucking getting in as low numbers as it is, like why would Turner pay them more money to renew their deal?
If they did, Turner would be
make
stupid.
Any sense.
They would be stupid. Yeah. That's just the thing.
It's sad that fucking, because if you look at the quarter by quarter, the start of the show usually starts at like 900K, almost 1 million, because you know what comes on right before AEW? Fucking reruns of The Big Bang Theory.
I know.
And then fucking at the end of AEW, they kind of get a high number as well, and that's because every week they do like a 5-minute overrun, and it's people tuning into what's coming on after AEW. But the amount of people solely watching AEW is nowhere near that. What?
You want to know what comes on after AEW? I remember this from when I would watch it. Young Sheldon.
Oh,
so Jesus not only Christ. So fucking Sheldon Cooper's just like a real ratings draw for AEW.
It's funny that you say that because I saw a edit somebody made that was like AEW's two biggest stars, and it was like a Photoshop of like CM Punk and Sheldon Cooper fucking together.
Jesus Christ.
But it's just like, and also like recently they've been signing a bunch of free agents, big free agents. Like they signed fucking Okada, and apparently his deal is like fucking or some crazy number like that. And then fucking they signed fucking Will Ospreay. I forget how much his deal is. And then they fucking signed goddamn Sasha Banks recently as well. And her deal is like fucking 10 million or something. It's like the amount of money that's being put into these people and no one's fucking watching them. And to make it worse, they put Okada with the Young Bucks. He's part of the Elite now, so definitely nobody's gonna care about him. Will Ospreay is in a feud with Bryan Danielson, and instead of cutting a promo about Bryan Danielson, Tony Khan had him cut a promo about Triple H, because I don't know if you've seen it, but during Mania on the Pat McAfee show, Triple H was asked about like all the big free agents getting signed or whatever, and he said this whole thing about like people not wanting to, people being afraid of the WWE grind or whatever, and said if you want to go to the other company and just work one day a week and whatever, that's like for you, but if you're not wanting to do the grind, then maybe it's good that I don't have you or something like that. And then fucking, I guess Tony Khan took offense to that because he had Will Ospreay cut a whole fucking promo about fucking Triple H, and it's like, bro, like, it's to the point where, like, their show is so bad, the numbers are going down, people aren't watching, nobody's interested, they don't have any top stars there right now. Fucking the Young Bucks are pretty much doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and nobody cares because they tune out during their segments. They fucking don't know how to book any of their divisions. Their booking makes no sense. Fucking their main show is almost losing to WWE's developmental show. And Tony Khan just gets so fucking butthurt that he, like, people were saying it was one thing, like, Tony Khan would have, like, went on Ariel Helwani's show or, like, some podcast and responded to what CM Punk said. But the fact he put that, his response, on the actual AEW program, because people were like, you know, it's not like CM Punk went out on Raw and was fucking talking about the whole Jack Perry thing. And people were like, there's a difference of, like, talking about it on, like, a podcast or an interview and then actually putting it on your fucking network television show. And not only that, but we have to talk about Jack Perry as well, because have you been seeing what this fucking asshole has been doing since all this came out?
Yes, I have.
So Jack Perry has been, he went to New Japan because he fucking, I guess he apparently didn't re-sign with AEW or whatever, so he wrestles in New Japan now, and he calls himself the scapegoat and shit, and he acts like this fake ass tough guy, and fucking, so recently he's been coming out with like the Chicago flag and shit, and his jacket said "Cry Me a River," and he's been doing like CM Punk's moves and taunts and shit, and fucking even like the Young Bucks on Dynamite shouted him out, and they're like, "Oh, scapegoat, we love you," and shit. It's like, bro, like, what is this company? Like, I swear to God, it's literally what CM Punk said. It's literally a bunch of fucking children. Like, it is literally, like, what he said, like fucking high school drama fucking children. And I swear to God, that's what it comes off like when I see all this shit. And when I listen to Jim Cornette talk about this shit, it's like, bro, these are supposed to be grown men running a wrestling company. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, what the actual fuck? Dude. Like,
You
I've
know,
never in my life seen people like this. Go ahead.
usually I don't like to say I told you so. Well, that's actually a lie, because I did tell you so. I told everybody so. You know, as at this point, like, as you can see by my demeanor, I don't even have any anger anymore, because I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Fucking 2023 me would get so goddamn red in the face, blackout angry, that I wouldn't remember what I was saying. Fucking me now. This is why I don't have the energy, because they just do the same shit, and they don't fucking make anything better for themselves, and they keep proving me right every fucking day. This company fucks up. They keep proving me right. I've been right about it for years. Nobody fucking wanted to listen. Nope, everybody wanted to fucking sit there and talk about how, oh, I'm just hating. Oh, fucking, well, if you want to bash your head in the wall, go ahead and do it. You'd be better off doing it. Legitimately, like, I've been right for the longest fucking time, and they're just proving it. So at this point, I'm not surprised. And I never will be. That's all I really gotta say. I don't really have any other opinion on it, because it's stupid. Like, it's just fucking stupid. And Tony Khan is just playing into it, along with the Bucks and fucking jungle bitch Jack Ferry. So, the skate cunt.
The skate cunt. Fucking, the whole thing is just fucking stupid. It's just been, it's like, I used to at least see people like say, oh, AEW is so good, or like, I would at least see people say positive things about AEW, but all I see about them anymore is just drama all the fucking time now. It's like, I swear it's like the only reason people even watch AEW is just to see like what fucking drama they're into, or what fucking stupid outlandish shit they're gonna put on their show, or just like what dumb fucking thing Tony Khan is gonna do next. Like, it's sad, because this company was supposed to be a fucking alternative to the WWE, and it was so hyped up, and fucking everybody thought that it was going to be this great thing, and it was at first, and it just fell so fast. And the reason why, there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason why is because Tony Khan is obsessed with trying to beat WWE, and there's no way he's ever going to, but it shows in the quality of shows that they put on, when things like showing the fucking all-in footage of CM Punk and having Will Ospreay cut a promo on Triple H just to take shots at I can't tell you how many times he's taken shots at WWE, made comments and all this shit, and like all that just shows that like he fucking, and he even talks about like the numbers, and how like the one time Jericho was saying that AEW is going to beat Raw in the ratings, and like it's always been a competition with them, and I just never understood why, because it's not like fucking Impact is out here trying to compete with them. I mean, they did a long time ago, and that was fucking Hulk Hogan's blunder trying to do that, because it did not work. But like, you should know by history that you can't compete with WWE. You just can't. And I don't know why that they're just so obsessed with it. Even to where the AEW fans, like, don't really like fucking Tony Khan that much anymore. Well, there's like some fucking Tony Khan dick riders, but like a lot of them will just say like we don't care about this WWE stuff. Like we just want to watch AEW. We just want to see what you're gonna do on AEW. We don't care to like see all this fucking shit about WWE or whatever. But it's just like I don't know why Tony Khan is so obsessed with it being a competition that like he's fucking obsessing over a competition that he is never ever going to win ever. No matter what he does, no matter what free agent he signs, no matter what ex WWE person he signs, nobody that he has signed, no matter where they've came from or how long, like for God's sakes, he has Edge. His fucking Edge. And Edge is doing nothing for the ratings. And matter of fact, all this fucking shit with the CM Punk fucking footage makes fucking Edge looks like a fucking dumbass for doing that promo now. And like they got people like Edge and fucking Christian, and they got fucking the Hardys. They fucking had all these fucking XW. They had fucking Sting, for God's sake. They had CM Punk at one point. They have fucking Sasha Banks fucking now. They had fucking all these people, and they, you know, I even have to throw him in there. They had Chris Jericho, who used to be fucking respected, and none of these people, no matter who it is, have just never done anything for this company. The only one who really did was CM Punk. He was the only person that was getting them any like viewership or increasing any numbers. And what did they do? They fucking fired him. That footage is what he got fired over, Austin. That is the footage that Tony Khan apparently was afraid for his life. That scuffle, that little slight choking was what made Tony Khan fear for his life.
I've seen middle school fights more gruesome.
Bro, I've had more fucking gruesome fucking fights when I was like fucking goddamn like 9 years old wrestling my fucking stuffed teddy bear and hitting wrestling moves on it. Like and fucking some people were thinking that them showing the footage was some type of way to try to bring Jack Perry back to fucking AEW, and I'm like, what? Like, how does it make Jack Perry look good? Like, he looked like a fucking bitch in the footage. He got his ass whooped by CM Punk.
You know,
like, how does that? What? Like, makes no sense.
I dare them. I don't think they have the balls to do this. I dare them to bring back Jack Perry and give him the world title. After all this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think they have the balls.
I don't know, don't tempt Tony Khan, because if he can get one over on CM Punk, he'll do it. Because it's not like he cares about anything else. It's not like he cares about, you know, fucking his world champion Samoa Joe, who should be his number one fucking priority. It's not like he cares about fucking the women's division that fucking is shit and doesn't even fucking get booked, and they got so many talented women there that just they're not doing anything with. Fucking like goddamn Thunder Rosa and fucking Sky Blue and people like that. And fucking like that. I mean, they even fucking signed fucking Mercedes, even though she's kind of a cunt. She is a fucking good wrestler and be good for their division, but they're not doing fucking anything with her. They're having her cut these like cringe promo. Did you know, Austin, she debuted last month in March, right? You know she's not having her first match until Double or Nothing. That's when she's making her debut. And that's in the last week of May. I hope you know. And that's going to be her first match. And at Double or Nothing, her first match is going to be a TBS title match. You know how fucking stupid that is?
You're kidding, bro. Who's even the TBS champion?
Julia Hart.
Oh.
And basically at Dynasty, I think they're doing Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale. And basically they had Mercedes say, oh, well, whoever wins that is going to defend the title against me at Double or Nothing.
Oh.
So
that's just how it works now.
She's just getting a title shot without wrestling a single match. She debuted in March and isn't going to wrestle until, like, right before fucking June. Like, and she's not getting over at all. She hasn't done anything for the ratings. They've only been going down. Like,
I would say Toni Storm's more over than her. And her gimmick's terrible.
She's the fucking AEW Women's Champion, by the way. She's facing Thunder Rosa at Dynasty, and which I'm shocked that they're finally doing something with Thunder Rosa, but fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I doubt Thunder Rosa is gonna win, but
isn't her gimmick like Marilyn Monroe, and then she always says like face up, tits out, and watch for the shoe? Is that the fucking gimmick that I've seen?
I think the gimmick is called Timeless Toni Storm or something like that.
I know there was this awful T-shirt that said like face up, tits out, and watch for the shoe. And I was like, what the fuck is this T-shirt, dog?
I don't know. People say that her gimmick is like unwatchable. Like that's how
it reminds me of Marilyn Monroe, which I mean worked in that time period.
I don't know. Fucking Toni Storm went from being in that fucking awful group with fucking Psoriasis and Ruby Soho to now doing this timeless Toni Storm stuff, and so I don't fucking know. And fucking even fucking Psoriasis isn't even really booked anymore. She hasn't been on Dynamite since fucking February, I think, and she hasn't even had a singles match since fucking December. Because I've been seeing people say, "Oh, where's Saraya? Where's Saraya?" And then fucking I seen people were like tweeting her, and they're like, "Oh, Saraya, are you gonna be on Dynamite this week?" And she's just like, "I don't know." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, they sign so many people and they just don't do it. Well, oh yeah, that's something I forgot that I had to talk about. So AEW finally had their first wave of releases, and fucking one of them was Dalton Castle's Boys, and they put out a whole fucking statement about it that I was gonna read you, and I forgot, and I just remembered it. I hope to God I can find it, because I sent it a couple days ago.
Should you just read the releases?
Well, okay, hold on. Let me find this first.
I think it's a tradition at this point.
Yeah, but the difference is this is the first time we've ever done it with AEW because they never had a wave of releases before because Tony Khan doesn't like to let people go.
Actually, they had one. They had one singular. And it was in 2020 before we were doing the podcast. So...
Okay, I'm trying to find when the fuck it was. I know it was like at least like no longer than a week ago, because I remember I sent it to you and I was like, oh, we gotta talk about this on the podcast. Okay, I found it. Okay, so I'll keep that open. Let me look up the releases. So there was a reason that Tony Khan released these people, by the way. It's a stupid fucking reason.
Oh, great.
Okay, AEW releases. I'm trying to see. No, not fucking the first releases. God damn, fucking. The shit was talking about fucking Jimmy Havoc. I'm not going back that far. And fucking. Of course, this fucking website has ads all over it. Okay, can you fucking. Okay, can you just put the list of fucking names? Okay, fucking, of course it was fucking Sean Ross fucking Soy Boy that fucking tweeted this. Fucking, so the list is Dalton Castle's Boys, Dasha, I think, fuck, I don't
I
remember.
think she was an
if they're talking
interviewer,
about,
if I remember
yeah.
correctly.
Jose, the assistant.
Don't know who that is.
Fucking, he was a manager for somebody. I don't remember who. Jorah Joel, don't know who that is.
Neither do
Anthony Henry, Gravity.
Ew.
I know you'll know this one. Stu Grayson.
Didn't they just rehire him?
Yep.
Okay.
Parker Bordeaux.
Oh, well. Jesus.
And Slim J. And that's the list.
Okay. As Parker Bordeaux is just never gonna fucking work, dude. Just needs to go back to football. Just get him back to football.
So, basically, the boys put out this statement about their AEW release because, so basically, this clip of Tony Khan came out where he made them look bad, and he was like accusing them of just like straight up no showing shows, and that was saying that's like a part of why they were released. And I'll tell you the other part of why these releases happened after I read this. So, the tweet says this had to be addressed. Then there's 4 screenshots here that they put on their notes app. So, I'm going to read this. We had planned to stay quiet publicly about our release to take nothing away from the biggest show of the year for Ring of Honor in Supercard tonight out of respect to the locker room that will be on it. Due to Tony's comments and the numerous fans, media outlets, friends, and coworkers that have reached out to us, that isn't an option for us anymore. We want to apologize to the Ring of Honor fans and to the AEW fans that were invested in the storyline and were expecting the both of us to be there. With so many fans wanting answers, in addition to numerous people that have voiced their comments at the thought of us really just no-showing on some of the biggest opportunities of our lives due to Tony Khan's statements, here it is. So this is written by the one called Brandon. That's one of, because they're both brothers. So Brandon says, my brother and I were told that we would be included in this story through Supercard, and there were plans for us to be with John and Taya. So, in case you're wondering, John Morrison and Taya are on fucking Ring of Honor now. That's where they're relegated to.
Jesus.
Leading up to the show, we were asked to pitch several ideas for ourselves, insinuating we would get the opportunity to show that we can wrestle more in the future. On March 16th, our scheduled date following Dalton losing custody for the first time in our history of flying in North America, previously with Sinclair, ROH, and now Tony Khan's Ring of Honor, our travel was booked out of Nashville instead of our home airport of Knoxville. The screenshots of this interaction with management and travel, including the times, are in the comments. On Monday, April 1st, we were contacted by management, accompanied by HR, on a call. Okay, actually, let me read the... Oh, God, okay, so there's like fucking 11 screenshots in the comments. Let me read these real quick. So this is the DMs between the boys and AEW. So they Tuesday, March 12th, the boys say, hey, this is Brandon and Brent Tate. We were wondering if we were booked on Collision / Ring of Honor this weekend because we haven't gotten our flight info yet. Thanks, the Tate twins. And then AEW responds and says, I'll ask. And then Brent says, okay, thank you. Then they get no response. Brent says, hey, we just received emails about driving to Nashville for our flights, and we've never flown out there before because it's 3 hours away. We have an airport 15 minutes from us. And then Brandon says, even the old Ring of Honor never had us fly out of Nashville. AEW replies, reach out to your travel person and ask them why that's happening. Brent said, okay, we just did, thank you. Then they get, the conversation continues Sunday, March 16th. Brent says, hey, we are getting texts from people asking if we are at the venue. We told travel as soon as you told us to fix our flights, and she said she would send us new flights. We stayed up until midnight Thursday and still haven't received anything. Brandon and I have had our bags packed since Wednesday. Then AEW replies and says, okay guys, I just got off the phone with travel. My understanding is that because Ottawa is a difficult airport to get in and out of, they tried to save $800 per ticket by having you go out of Nashville. I see your point about being asked to drive 3 hours to a different airport, but did anyone specifically, the message cuts off there, and then Brent says, they blurred out the name, and then they said she would send us flight options shortly. I didn't hear from her, so I texted from my phone about seats and didn't get a text back. I also emailed her on Sunday or Monday about hotels and seats for the flight and did not get an email back. Okay, I gotta fucking go to the next one. Okay, and then Brandon says, we never heard back if we were booked and figured since nobody got back to us from travel that we weren't booked again this weekend also. That's why we just asked if we're booked until Supercard weekend just to avoid all of this. Nashville wouldn't have been an issue for that one day, but with NCAA basketball tournament and St. Patrick's Day weekend, being in Nashville last minute would have been an issue already. That's why we always reach out the Sunday, Monday before the shows. And, hold on, I gotta go back to... And then Brent sent this message from the travel person that says, hey, we haven't heard if we're on the Canada, or no, this is an email they sent to fucking, it doesn't say, it's from March 8th, and it says, hey, and they blurred the name out. We haven't heard if we were on the Canada show next Saturday for Collision/ROH. We haven't been on the last two events, and the hotel cutoff has already happened. We didn't want to book rooms and not be booked. Okay, and then then Brandon says, our cars aren't in good shape also. That's why we requested rentals. I'm not sure why travel changed our airports the week of without notice. We have flown to Canada numerous times from Knoxville, and this has never been the case. AEW replies and says, you had flights going from Nashville, so you were booked. If you had gotten a rental, you could have sent in the receipt and gotten reimbursed. The flights from Knoxville were 2 stops and more expensive, which is why they tried Nashville for this trip. You guys should have at least let someone know. And then Brent says, we did tell, and then they blur out the name, that we couldn't do that flight. That's why she responded and told us she would send us other flight options, which is what we were waiting for. And then the last thing, screenshots for this is, then Brandon says, we have also been told numerous times to get approved for rentals because they got onto us about getting a rental without asking. And then Brent says, has anyone spoke to, and they blur out the name, about our travel conversation this week? AEW says, we're all going to have a discussion the next time you're at TV. Brandon says, that will be good. Are we expected to be in Canada next week? AEW replies and says, hold on, I'm exploring this now. And They don't respond, and then Brent says, "Hey," and they blur out the name. Just checking to see if you heard anything about us being at the show this weekend. AEW replies and says there is no Collision taping this weekend. You'll probably be booked for London, Ontario on March 30th. Brandon says, "Okay, thanks." And then March 25th, Brent says, "Hey," blurs out the name, "just checking to see if we were booked this weekend so there's no confusion on our end and so we can plan our weekend accordingly. Thank you." AEW says, "As of now, no." Brandon says, "Okay, we will be on the lookout. Thank you for always getting back to us." And is that fucking... Okay, that's the end of that thread. So I'm going to read the last two screenshots. So, my brother and I were told that we would be included in the story through Supercard, and there were plans for us to be with John and Ty leading up to the show. We were asked to pitch several ideas. I read that on March 16th, our scheduled date following Dalton losing custody for the first time, North America. Okay, hold on. Did I read that one already? Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. On Monday, April 1st, we were contacted by management, accompanied by HR on a call to inform us of our release due to, quote, budget cuts. At the time, we raised concerns and repeatedly questioned if the release was due to the travel issues. We were repeatedly and adamantly assured that this was not the case and based solely on budget cuts. Since Tony's statement, we reached out yesterday providing the specific details, asking for Tony to clear this up. We have gotten no response. Unfortunately, in the court or public opinion for a lot of people commenting, it is assumed that we're guilty from one man's words until we now have proof that we're not. We're now forced to release this info along with the screenshot proof to keep people from putting us down on social media or on this evening's show. We understand that putting this out is detrimental to our careers, but our back is against the wall on this, and it was either this or let Tony Kahn go on saying that we no-showed. We want to thank each and every fan who has reached out and made your voices heard, as well as the locker room members who have reached out that know the truth as well. We hope you all still enjoy the show this evening for the sake of the wrestlers putting on their best, and appreciate how much we've seen that people really care about two boys who were always considered replaceable. And that is the boys' response to being released and all that. What did you think of that?
Not surprised. Tony Khan's a piece of shit. So, I mean, they did all the right things. Like, truly. I don't see it being unreasonable, so... But Tony Khan obviously doesn't care.
No, but you know what he does care about, because now I can tell you the other reason that came out, because Tony Khan got interviewed and was asked about the budget cuts and releases, and they said, "Oh, you know, Tony, you've never really done this before," and you said that releasing people... He apparently had said that releasing people was against AEW's policy. Apparently, he said that in the past, and so they were like, "Oh, you said like before that wasn't part of your policy," and they're like, "Oh, I'm just wondering like why now is like this something that you're implementing or whatever." And then Tony Khan just starts going on about all this stuff, and so do you want to know why all these people were released? Because Tony Khan released these people so that way he could use the money that he was paying these wrestlers, because he wanted to use that money to buy a copyrighted song to use for somebody on Ring of Honor, was his reasoning. And he was talking about how he spent a couple $1 million for a song for somebody to use on Ring of Honor. And that's why he released people. And apparently, Ring of Honor isn't very good pay-wise, because apparently there's people there that are currently wrestling for Ring of Honor / AEW, and apparently, from what they say, they can barely afford to feed their families on what they're getting paid working there. And Tony Khan is sitting there spending millions of dollars for a copyrighted song to use on a show that no one fucking watches. So yeah, that's why these people got released. And not only that, he blew however many millions of dollars to sign fucking Will Ospreay and Okada and fucking Mercedes. And who knows who else he's gonna fucking sign, because I had heard that they were trying to fucking sign Tama Tonga, but now Tama Tonga showed up in WWE, thank God. And fucking so, and Tama Tonga also called AEW a mid-card company. I don't know if you've seen that, but fucking... Did you also see... oh yeah, never mind, we talked about that on the WrestleMania review. I forgot about that. Never mind. I was gonna ask you about the Jade Cargill thing, but I forgot we talked about that already. So fucking... Yeah, that's pretty much everything with the AEW topic and the CM Punk drama and their releases and Tony Khan being a fucking moron and fucking yeah, fucking it's honestly pathetic. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Tony Khan, but he does not need to be running a company, let alone a wrestling company. And apparently it's not even just the wrestling company that's bad, Austin. So you know how they own, like, the Kahn family owns the fucking Jacksonville Jaguars, like the football team. So apparently the Jaguars is, like, the worst fucking team to play for as well.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, apparently it's really bad. Oh, you know about that already?
Oh, yeah, because I remember I would go to my aunt and uncles and they would watch football. Because I don't watch football, but they have football in the background. Every time the Jaguars would be on the TV, fucking, they would always be losing by a low number. So, yeah, I've known that for a while.
Yep, so it's just a sad state, honestly. I feel bad for people that I like that are there, like Samoa Joe and MJF and Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue, people like that. I feel bad that they're fucking stuck there just rotting away in this fucking terrible fucking company. And, like, I feel bad for CM Punk because, like, motherfucker is, like, just trying to fucking move on with his life, and fucking AEW is just being fucking petty and shit. Which, you know, that's another thing people were saying, like, they really had the chance to turn this whole thing into, like, a really great storyline, but instead they fired Punk, and now he's back in WWE, and he's a bigger star now, like, way bigger now. So they really fucked that one up pretty bad. So, yeah, it's not looking too good for AEW right now. The ratings are getting lower every week. The attendance, my God, have you seen the fucking attendance? Jesus Christ, man, it is like a ghost town in there, bro. It is bad.
Yeah.
Like, Impact has fuller crowds, I swear, unless they're in a smaller arena. It looks like Impact has more fans in the arena. But it's sad, man. It's really sad to see the state of it. And mostly for me, it's sad just because of what AEW was hyped up as and what it was supposed to be. And it's sad to see the state that it's in now. But, yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you got a fucking Mark running the fucking company and you got the EVPs just doing whatever the fuck they want and just doing all this dumb shit, and then you got dumb people like fucking Jack Perry and fucking Chris Jericho and all these other fucking idiots that work there and shit. And I don't know, maybe this company was just doomed from the start, honestly. I don't know.
Well, most likely.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about AEW, really. Nothing. I don't really think there's anything else to say besides I just hope eventually that MJF comes to WWE, and I hope that Samoa Joe could come back one day, and I hope that fucking one day Thunder Rosa and fucking Sky Blue get out of there as well, because goddamn, bro, that company is like, it's like the fucking Titanic, like it's sinking, bro. And one thing I am happy about is fucking Matt Hardy got the fuck out of there finally. God fucking damn. I was so happy about this because he pretty much let his AEW contract expire last month. Well, actually last week. And they offered him a deal to stay, and he did not take it. Thank the fucking Lord, man. And I don't know if you've seen this, Austin, but Matt Hardy has been teasing that he wants to do something with Uncle Howdy. I don't know if you've seen that.
I have not seen that.
So basically, someone, you know how they've been teasing Uncle Howdy?
Yes.
So Matt Hardy was saying something about like, just wait and see what I have in store over the next couple weeks of what I'm going to be doing or something. And someone made this post and they're like, oh, I think it would be cool to see like Matt Hardy come back to WWE as like Broken Matt or whatever, and have him like work with Uncle Howdy and be like a part of all that stuff. And I think it would be cool. And fucking Matt like replied to it and shit, and so like that, he's been kind of like teasing that, so I hope that fucking happens.
Hopefully.
And fucking I just hope to God that fucking, I don't know when his contract is up, but I hope to God that Jeff Hardy gets the fuck out of there, because God fucking damn, man, fucking hell, dude, It fills me with happiness knowing that at least Matt isn't there anymore. But once Jeff gets out of there, I'll be really happy, because, goddamn, bro, it's been just years of like embarrassment being a fan of the Hardys, man. It's actually been embarrassing. You can even ask Austin, like when we were watching AEW and fucking we were watching the Hardys at Double or Nothing and shit, and just like the sad state of it. It was just, it was so embarrassing, bro. Like Austin could tell you how just fucking mad and fucking embarrassed I was.
Yeah. He
fucking
was.
So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, if AEW continues the way they are realistically, I'm not going to say that they're going to completely go out of business, because I do feel what CM Punk said was right, because he said that they're probably going to stick around as long as Tony Khan keeps putting money into the company. But, so it's probably going to be around for a long time, but I feel it's going to get to, like, Impact level, where it's just kind of there, but no one really talks about it. I feel like it's probably going to get to there eventually. But
most likely.
Fucking. But yeah, that's everything about fucking AEW. So hopefully now it'll be a long time before we talk about AEW again. Hopefully.
Hopefully, because I don't want to hear to talk about it. Yeah, you can see my fucking demeanor, dude.
Well, the only reason I wanted to bring it up was just
I know.
because it was just fucking everywhere, bro. Like I could not escape it.
We couldn't not talk about it.
Yeah. And also, I figured because we talked about like when CM Punk got fired and shit, I felt like we should probably talk about this too. So
yeah,
fucking. But yeah, so that's all I got for this podcast. So unless you got anything else, that is all I got.
No, I don't got anything else, so I'm ready to end this when you are, so.
Alright, well, that was... Excuse me, that was episode 74 of the What the Fuck podcast. And we actually are getting it out on schedule this time, or at least we're trying to start to be more consistent with it again, hopefully. But yeah, so next time we will be back for episode number 75. That means that we'll be only 25 episodes away from 100, Austin.
Yep.
So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time on the What the Fuck podcast.
Peace.